Hey guys, Mero here. Holy shit! I just played the new chapter for Genshin Impact, Chapter 1 Act 4. Holy shit! A lot of information on the main story. Uh, Super excited where it's gonna head out. We get to see Lumine. Dainsleaf returns to the story. We get our new enemies, the Abyss Heralds, and we get to know more about the ancient city, nation, whatever, Conria or something like that. Conria, something like that. Conria, fuck, I don't fucking know. But we get to know more about that, and yeah, a lot of shit hit. And I just want to start off with I was talking before in I think in the last video where I was like, where do I think the story was going? And I also thought that Lumine has already lived our life in some sort of way, and I think I'm kind of close because she has a line in this chapter which is uh she's like, listen, Aether, I have already traveled through this world once, so maybe this is implying that there's like a timeline kind of thing happening, but it's like travel through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey, as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. Which is it makes me think maybe it might be like a time loop that you guys are living. So maybe she lives and the life that she lives, and then Aether is actually part of the Abyss Order. Once the story progresses, you know that Aether does something else. This Lumine goes through our storyline, how we go to Mondstadt, Gleeway, whatever, and then probably stories that are not released yet, but eventually we become, you know, we become the prince of the Abyss Order. Eventually, that would be kind of crazy, but it'll probably change because we are the protagonist, and we're probably the one, the one to break the loop. I think maybe that's how the story's gonna go. Not sure, but kind of reading into what she said then, it's kind of crazy, and I kind of like that because I kind of said that in a previous video. It's like, if I get this right, it's fucking awesome, but it's kind of similar. Yeah, and holy shit, imagine that's true. So the main plot of the act is basically the Abyss Order's plans to make an artificial god, but we do get like a main plot for the overarching story a little bit, which is why uh the Abyss Order wants to destroy, like, yeah, the Abyss Order wants to destroy the seven nations ruled by the Archons that descended 500 years ago. Um, I think that's kind of all we know. As said by Lumine and Dainsleaf, the Archons came down and they destroyed the Conreion people, which were basically human. And yeah, that's kind of all we know. But can we take Lumine's and Dainsleaf's word? I'm not sure, because Lumine, if when we see her in this story, she's kind of like not all there. She's not like brother or whatever like that. Like she's not happy to see us. She's like on a mission or something. And Dainsleaf, the guy's shifty as fuck. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't trust any of them, to be honest, because Lumine might be manipulated and Dainsleaf just might have another goal. Uh, but yeah, but the main story for this act is the Abyss Order wants to create an artificial god per se, which like they have this recipe to create this new god, and the ingredients are to use an Archon statue, which is a little bit fucked up, inverted or something. Like, it's upside down and it's chained to like the roof for some reason. It's all kinky play. I don't know if Venti likes that. It's Venti's statue. If you don't know, it's Venti's statue. It's doing the holding thing. They also need the Overlord of the Vortex. They want to use him as like I don't know. I think Dainsley said something about they want to use Osiel and they want to change him. So control Osiel, but not only change him, but also change his physical appearance or something like that. Not sure how that works, but then the final ingredient would be the Field Tiller's Eye, which is Conreion slang for Rune Guard's eye. They want to find the prototype Rune Guard's eye, and then I guess if you match, you mash these together, and you get a little bit of statue, you get a little bit of a overlord. Actually, I think they take the whole overlord, and then they take a Rune Guard's eye, and they make that. You make a god. I don't know. You make a. Then again, that's crazy because I guess the main story would be the seven archons descended, right? And then they destroyed Khaenri'ah, and now the Khaenri'an people, who are now the Abyss Mages and the Abyss Order, are now making their own artificial god to fight off the gods, which is fucking crazy. Uh, and I think that's all about this story. But we don't really get answers to much things like why is Lumine a princess for the Abyss? I think that she's like manipulated when she ascended, and like even if they finish like destroying everything, will the people of Khaenri'ah become human again? Would they still be like monsters and abyss mages and stuff like that, and they still not looking human? And yeah, like the end goal after it's all done, just say everyone's like fine, like they become human again. What now? Like you basically destroyed like all of the nations, and now the overarching nation is Khaenri'ah. You got your revenge, and I don't know what's after that. So yeah. Now we also find out a little bit more about dainsleaf. Uh, in fact, dainsleaf is immortal. I don't know what like the rules of his immortality is, but usually when you say immortal, the guy can't die. So can he die if he got beheaded, or maybe he has a certain elemental weakness or something like that. I don't know what the rules are for his immortality. The guy's lived for 500 years. He's obviously got youth, immortality, like his eternal youth kind of thing going on, because he still looks like a young man for a 500-year-old boy. Uh, and also, Dainsleif is a citizen of Khaenri'ah, or like a native of Khaenri'ah. So he's basically the same race as the Abyss Mages, but the difference between him and the Abyss people and the Abyss Heralds and stuff like that, he still has his human form. His physical appearance is still of a human. And also, he shows us a little bit of some magic, So I'm guessing this is like a new element to the game, would be abyss magic. So he kind of like chokes out like a abyss herald before he leaves into the portal. Yeah. So maybe for gameplay value, that could be a new element. Which if Dainsleif becomes a playable character, I think this would be his thing, which would be super weird, and also open a lot of windows for interesting things to happen in the future. I'll talk about that later. But we don't really find out anything about like his mask, but I have like a theory, like maybe okay, I think the translation said eye patch, and I looked at him and I'm just like, his eye's fine, dude. His eye's fine. But yeah, maybe there's something behind the mask. Maybe he's slowly becoming not human or something like that. We're not sure. We don't find out anything about that. That's one mystery I want to figure out. Why he wears the mask? Is it really a secret that he's wearing a mask? I don't know. And also we don't really find out why he's fighting the abyss. Why is he fighting the abyss when he knows that these are his people? He's Khaenri'an. He's fighting the Abyss Order, which are Khaenri'an. Why is he fighting them? Then again, you could just say like, the Abyss Order, his people, who are the Abyss Order, have become monsters. He doesn't want them to become any more monstrous than what they are, which is to destroy basically the world, the seven nations which rule the world. So yeah, maybe he has hope that his people have a little bit of humanity left in them. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to find out in later acts and later chapters. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the next topic, conreions. Who are conreions? What are they? Who are they? In the present timeline where we're playing, they're the Abyss Order. They're the Abyssal Mage, the Abyss everything. They're the Abyss. I don't know. But originally, 500 years ago, fuck. Now how do they say it? They were humans, right? uh, this is 500 years ago before Archons was here. It was 500 years ago before, you know, before any gods appeared. And this this whole nation was built by humans, wasn't ruled by God. And then 500 years ago, when the gods came to the world, they the conreions got destroyed, annihilated, as they would say. And now, what's left of them is one dainsleaf immortal man and a bunch of abyss mages and abyss heralds and maybe abyss something else that now follow our sister's Lumine's orders or something. They see her as a princess. Our sister's a princess of thingy, of the conreions of the abyss order, which is super weird. And also the conreions, I think this is implying that they made the ruin guards that we see today, also known as field tillers, which is a really weird. I don't know what that means. Field tillers, tilling the fields, fielding the tills, whatever that means. They made the ruin guards, but now in our world, I guess 500 years ago they would be made to protect Conria. But fast forward to now, they kind of just wander to that. They just wander, worldwide, looking for a purpose, attacking anything, I guess. Really weird. Yeah, that's some history about Conria, and hey, man, like Conrians got cut, dude. Gods came, destroyed them, they turned into monsters. Abyss Order with a new Conria, baby. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is Lumine. We get to finally see her after, Aether's whole quest of trying to find her. We get to find her. And she ends up being, as I expected, the Abyss Princess, the Abyss Order's princess. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So she is the leader of the Abyss Order, and they're just like, yes, my princess. And she rocks up, and she actually has, I think, was it some history with a dainsleaf. She calls dainsleaf a guard of some sort, a guard of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. I'm reading right here. That man Dainsleaf was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria 500 years ago. He failed to prevent the destruction of Conria, meaning Dainsleaf was weak sauce. He couldn't defend Conria, little bitch. Basically, he failed to defend his nation. And yeah, I guess this is where that's the way it gets murky. I don't know how Dainsleaf is now the enemy of Lumine now. That's a mystery we'll have to find out for later. I don't know what Dainsleaf did. Here's the thing. Dainsleaf, he probably tried his best. Gods, the 7 of them, probably got fucked up. But whatever. We'll just go with that. Now, Lumine is leading the Abyss Order, and I guess this is her plan. I don't know, maybe she's getting manipulated in some sort of way. Maybe not. But the plan looks like it's hers. Is to, take down the seven peoples, the 7 gods, as quote say, until the abyss has engulfed the thrones, my wall of destiny will see no end. Yeah, so I guess maybe she wants to take down the 7 nations, so all the archons and the places that they rule. But here's the thing, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Why? Like, Lumine and Aether, like outsiders. We have no play in this world, but she's so invested. I have no idea. I don't know what the overall goal is. because our goal is to find her and let's go home. Then again, our home's kind of probably fucked, to be honest. We don't really have a home because it's more like a home is wherever we are together kind of thing, which is really, really sweet. I love these guys. Yeah, but I don't know why Lumine, maybe she's manipulated in some sort of way and she's staying with the Abyss Order, but I feel like there's no need. Because, like, right now, Aether's just traveling. He's not, like, held down by anything. He's just like, I'm gonna look for my sister. He's going to all these, searching for all the Archons, right? To find like an answer to this. But for Lumine, it's a misty mystery. Let's just go with that. Now that should be what Chapter 1 Act 4 is all about. I super recommend that you play the episode itself. It's super fun. It's got a cool fight scene with the Traveler and Abyss Herald. So yeah, I recommend that. Now, let's talk some shit. Now, I have a theory where Aether and Lumine are kind of stuck in a time loop. For example, for me, Lumine says, you'll find out once you've, ended your journey, which means because she says that she's already had the journey that we've had, meaning how we all had the choice to either choose Lumine or Aether. I chose Aether. You might have chosen Lumine, but we might be playing different timelines. For example, as me as Aether, I'm the protagonist and I am trying to find my sister, and if you're Lumine, you're trying to find your brother. But this could be like we're looped in some sort of way. So eventually, Aether will go down as thingy. We see Lumine. She says you'll find, you'll find out something at the end of your journey, but then we'll eventually become an abyss prince, for example, and then we'll see another Lumine, and she'll go, "Why are you doing this, Aether?" And then we'll tell her, "You'll find out once you finish your journey." And then she'll come out, and then she'll do her journey, and then she'll be the abyss princess, and then it'll, constantly go around and round and round in circles. And that would make sense because that would make both what was it, options of being either Aether or Lumine pretty much canon. you know everyone has different what is it experiences with the game as well. So some people are lucky, some people aren't lucky, like myself. I'm super unlucky, and you know these the loops might be different, tiny bit different, but it's basically still looping pretty much the same. And also when we summon, have you noticed that when we summon there seems to be like two, like it starts with a comment, but one goes into the screen and one fades into the back. That could be a metaphor for how Aether and Lumine came to Tevat. One is going into is coming down, and one is continuing to sleep. And they also said that well, Paimon says that you continued to sleep while your sister woke up and did her thing. She woke up 500 years earlier than you. So, and then she saw the collapse of Conreions and all that crap. And yeah, that's interesting. So maybe we will wait like in a loop that maybe Conreions is constantly destroyed, or maybe the Abyss Order is winning as well. And then maybe it's a push this, Conreions are pushing this way and the Archons are pushing that way, and it's like a power struggle of some sort, which would be interesting. Yeah, but we don't know why the Archons descended and destroyed Conria. But if we've got to give an answer to that, maybe they were manipulated in some way, kind of like how we feel like I feel like what's it called, Lumine, for me, is kind of manipulated. She doesn't have like a she doesn't seem happy to see us. Like, she's glad that we're alive. It's just like, you understand, I have things to do. And also, I don't know why she would be doing this, because we're like outsiders. Aether and Lumine are like outsiders, and I have no idea why why she's so invested. Because for us, in my playthrough, Aether is really, I'm gonna find my sister. We're kind of like one-sided. We're just like, I'm gonna find my sister. We're not really attached to anyone, to be honest. We get titles like Honorary Knight, but we kind of just like, we wander places. All right, see ya, Amber. We gotta go to Leeway, right? We're not stuck in one spot. We're just traveling. We're not attached to anything. But the thing is that Lumine's different, where she's trying to fight for the Abyss Order and the Conreion people, which is kind of strange. But also with that fact, well, like there, have you guys watched the what was it, the Battle Pass cinematic story thing? So I'm currently watching the Battle Pass cinematic, and basically what it's about, so there was one heir to the throne who was sent on a mission to find a pearl of some sort, and that is located in the Kingdom of Darkness. And the Kingdom of Darkness, when she was venturing down there, she somehow believed that she was the princess of the Kingdom of Darkness, and so she failed her mission of finding the pearl and returning it to the kingdom. Now, uh, to the end of the story is basically Venti saying, and a second heir was chosen to go and finish the mission and find the pearl or whatever. And then Venti says, "This is your story," and I'm just like, okay. Because here's the thing, Venti makes a lot of shit up. Like, I don't trust Venti. He's, you know, here's the thing. Dainsleaf also said, "Don't trust anybody," and if you don't trust anybody, that means you shouldn't trust. Like he says, don't trust gods or archons, right? But that also means don't trust Dainsleaf as well. So that's the one thing that I take true to Dainsleaf's word, is to don't trust anyone. I think that's a very important thing, that would, because people can lie. Gods, how they can lie too, like they are, if we're talking simple, gods are people too, if we look at Venti, he can have fun. He's happy. He's not just like a network computer. Processing. He has feelings. He had a friend. They took his body. That's why he gives the human effect of how is Venti. He's a little fucking air, little mink thing. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know if that story is related to our main story. Maybe it connects, because maybe Lumine thinks that she's the Princess of Darkness. She does have the title Princess when it comes to the Abyss Order, but then you have to think about maybe the first cinematic where that lady fucking trapped our sibling into the cubes, and maybe she wants to become the she is the original Kingdom of Darkness's princess or queen, and wants to be the queen of the Holy Celestial Kingdom or something like that. Think about that. And now we got kicked out of our house, basically, and now we're just into that. So basically a halfway point, and maybe even further down, there's the Kingdom of Darkness, which is where Lumine thinks that she's the princess of, but she's actually the princess of the Celestial Realm. Maybe they flipped a bit. So I'm not sure. And we're the second heir, so we're trying to find something. So maybe the story that Venti's saying, it's like a half lie. It's like a half lie. I'm not sure. I'm just theory crafting this bullshit. I'm not sure if anything's true. Everything could be a lie. I don't trust anything, but don't even trust me. Like, this could be something that it's just like, to be honest, like, this whole game has a bunch of storybooks in there. It could just be, it's a story you tell our children kind of thing. But there's like a big similarity between Aether and Lumine and this princess and prince. Second heirs coming from the Celestial Realm, coming down to the Realm of Darkness. Maybe further into the story, we'll go into the Kingdom of Darkness or something like that, and then our stories will align with Venti's story, and then because Venti's story I feel like hasn't set yet, but maybe we're gonna fulfill Venti's story of some sort. Now, do you think Dainsleif will be a playable character? Now, here's the thing: if they do make him a playable character, he does have an ability. He's like got this abyssal magic. He does demonstrate it in in one of the cutscenes where he kind of force strangles a abyss herald, and then he gets attacked by Lumine. But yeah, like if they made Dainsleif a playable character, I took a look at him. I don't see a vision on him. I don't see any dangly bits on him really. And yeah, what if Dainsleif became a playable character? Because if he became a playable character, this would open a big ass door to a bunch of ideas that MiHoYo could implement in this game, you know. And I'm talking about the door of cross promo. Here's the thing: they already did a cross promo with KFC. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, okay, imagine this. Imagine this. Have you ever played Neo Automata? Imagine if you could play 2B in Genshin Impact. I'm just saying, Dainsleif could be the door opening right now. Because here's the thing, like Aether and Lumine are from another world. They kind of say it. Like Aether doesn't have a vision, Lumine doesn't have a vision, Dainsleif doesn't have a vision, and if they were playable characters, it would just show that there's more to it, right? It's not just like 2B and 9S. You can just throw them Claymore, short sword or whatever. Maybe we can get some fighting game characters like Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear or something. Though what weapon does he use? Usually his fist, I think. But he will have pyro, but it won't be from the pyro archon. It would just be pyro because from my world, this is just my powers, dude. Yeah, it'll be fucking cool and interesting. But even with that, it'd probably devalue some of the normal vision users. But then again, that can be just like, this is that story, and then everything else is like, you understand it's cross promo. But like, then again, devalue. What am I talking about? You have one god who is D-Luke, and then you have someone on the other side, which is Amber. Both same element, but Amber is just like doesn't feel right. Like her, I don't know. Amber's gameplay is just really, really lacking compared to like people like D-Luke and stuff. Like especially with Ganyu, if you're comparing people with bows. But yeah, we'll end it on that. So yeah, we'll end it there because here's the thing: what if Genshin were to do a cross promo? What character would you like in the game? We'll end it with that. What character would you like in the game? From a different franchise. Fucking have at it in the comment section. Oh my god, I can just see a bunch of like different waifus in the comment section. I'm trying to big brain waifus, husbandos, or the husbandos. Anyway, you guys take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.